So this particular poem is written by Robert Soothing. Okay. Now, the border forces are frequently attacked. Many sacrifice a member. Many families sacrifice a member on the country. Speak to your partner about the enormity of selfless sacrifice. Empathize with the family's sorrow and irreplaceable loss. Write a short poem or verse to honor the soldiers' courage and her devotion to the country. Okay. Now, looking at this warm up, what can you guess? What would be the theme of this poem? Bravery of the soldiers
and the sacrifice of their lives for our country.
Yes, yes. The families also sacrifice a lot. Very good, Priyanshu. Victories, very good. And what else?
Defeats.
Defeats. Okay. Now, let's see the poem and understand what exactly is this poem all about. Can you just scroll down, please? Priyansh. Okay. On 13th August 1704, the Allied forces. Now you all know the Second World War.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it was fought between two forces. On one hand, you had Allied forces. On the other hand, you had Axis forces. Okay. So, Second World War was between Allied and Axis forces. Okay. In Allied forces, which countries were included? It was British, Dutch, and Austrian forces. Okay. They defeated the French and Bavarian forces at Blemheim. Okay. What is this? The English name of the town of Blemheim. Okay. This was one of the most important battles fought in the War of the Spanish Succession. It saved Vienna from the Franco-Bavarian army. Okay, so basically, I'll just give you the brief about this poem. Okay, now in this poem, you have there was this war which was fought. I hope both of you all had also attended this class, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you all are aware about it. What you all have understood? Tell me so that I can.
Yeah.
Yes, loudly.
Okay, ma'am. In this, the Bavarian.
Is he audible to you all? No.
Yes,
This poem is basically about that old Casper is a
No. It is. What is this plot? Where is this setting? It is basically set at a place where battle was fought on that particular land years ago, right? 1,000 years ago. Okay. So now, after so many years, where this family is staying, where there are two little children and their grandfather. Okay. And now they are asking him, inquiring him about these battle. Why are they inquiring and how did they come to know? Because they are the young ones.
Ma'am, no, they found the skeleton.
Yes, because see, when they were playing, so they see this particular place where this family is staying was the place where years ago a battle was fought. Okay, the children who are online, I hope you all are listening to me. Yeah. So over there, this battle was fought. Now, when these kids were playing, they found one skeleton, and with that skeleton, they come to their grandfather and they start inquiring from their grandfather about that particular skeleton. All right. And then the grandfather tells them, okay, about the battle. Now, in this particular poem, you'll have two opinions. What do you think? When a battle is fought, does it have a good impact or a bad impact?
Bad impact.
Bad impact.
It is a bad impact.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But here, in this poem, there is a irony. There are two different contradictions. The grandfather thinks the other way around, and the children thinks the other way around. Yes. Now, in this poem, we'll understand what is the grandfather thinking about the battle and what is it the kids who are thinking about the battle. And then you have to give me your opinion, okay, about this particular battle. Let's start. I hope you all got the brief, summary, brief idea about the poem. Everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The children who are online, please unmute and speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
let's begin. It was a summer evening. All Casper's work was done, and he before his cottage door was sitting in the sun. And by him, spotted on the green, his little grandchild. What was the name of the grandchild? Wilhelmine. Okay, there were two grandchildren. So one grandchildren was Wilhelmine, the other grandchild was Peterkin. Okay, he was her brother. Okay, so now just see the plots, the beginning of the poem. Okay, it was a summer evening. Old Casper, he's done all his work and he is sitting just outside his cottage along with his granddaughter. Okay, grandchild, whose name was Wilhelmine. And her brother, that is Peterkin. Okay, she saw her brother Peterkin roll something large and round, which he beside the rivulet in playing there had found. He came to ask what he had found that was so large and smooth and round. Old Casper took it from the boy, who stood expectant by. And then the old man shook his head with a natural sigh. Okay, so the granddaughter was sitting along with old Casper outside the cottage, and the brother was playing over there. Okay, now while playing, what does the brother find?
A skull.
A skull. No, but then he is not aware it is a skull.
Large and round thing.
For him, it is something round, something, large, sound, and soft. So he got suspicious about it. Okay, that what is this? And then what did he do? He runs back to his grandfather to ask him, what is this? Because see, you all know it is a skull. But he is a child, right? Did he know? Did he knew it was a skull?
No, ma'am.
Oh, no. All right. So now, what was the reaction of the grandfather after looking at the skull? What was his reaction?
He shook his head.
His reaction was, as soon as he saw that, he shook his head and he took a natural. Oh, we do that now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever we see something, which we are familiar, oh, that's okay, right? We do that, right? Oh, it's that thing. Now let's see what happens further. "'Tis some poor fellow's skull," said he, "who fell in the great victory." Okay, so then he told his grandchild, that is Peterkin, that this is some poor fellow's skull. And he also added, whose skull who had fell in the great victory. Okay, victory over here refers to which battle?
Battle of Blenheim.
Battle of Blenheim. All right. "I'll find them in the garden, for there's many here about. And often when I go to plow, the plowshare turns them out." So he also added that this is not one which you have found. There are many around. Okay. In this particular place where we are staying. And who brings those skulls out? It is the plowshare, the instrument. He's saying that with the instrument, if I go plowing this entire area where we are staying, most of them will come out with the help of the plowshare. Got it?
Yes.
Have you understood the poem till here, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for a prompt reply. Very good. Keep it up. Why my online students are silent? Priyanshu, Raj, please answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I understood.
Okay. "For many thousand men," said he, "were slain in that victory." So he starts, describing about that battle. Okay, and let's see how does he see through for this battle? What opinion does he have for this battle? He says that there are many thousand men, okay, who were slain in that victory. Slain means
Ma'am, killed.
killed. Please underline. Slain means killed. Okay. Now, tell us what was all about. Young Peterkin, he cries. Okay. So now the child who, if you just give an introduction of a story, the child is more curious. Oh, no, tell me everything. Tell me what had exactly happened. I want to know what, if somebody is telling you there are so many thousands of skulls you'll find over here, and this belongs to some person who had victory and all. So definitely that child got curious and he started insisting his grandfather to explain him what exactly had happened. Now let's see what does the grandfather reply. While little Blemheim looks up with wonder waiting eyes. So what is the sister doing meanwhile when the boy and the grandfather is having a conversation?
Ma'am, surprised and questioning.
Okay, so she is surprised what they're talking all about. Okay, now let's see what she says. Okay, with wonder waiting eyes. Now tell us all about the war and what they killed each other for. Right? Now both of them are insisting. Okay, both of them are curious to know what exactly had happened, why that war was fought, and what was the purpose of that war. They wanted to know all about the war. Let's see what does Casper reply. It was the English, Casper cried, who put the French to rout. But what they killed each other for, I could not make out. But everybody said, quoth he, that it was a famous victory. Okay, so what is he saying? He's very proudly saying that it was a famous victory. Can you see that this particular line has been repeated for the second time?
Yes,
He's saying again and again, it was a famous victory. It was a famous. That means it shows, this particular verse is showing that the grandfather, that means Casper, is proud of that war. Okay, it doesn't matter to him, even if there are thousands of people who were killed. It doesn't matter to him, where so many families were disturbed. But what matters to him was that
the victory.
it was
a
victory. Okay, so he is just focused with the victory. Okay, and he is proud of that. Okay. All right, rest of the thing is not bothering him at all. Okay, and he says that also. See, if you will note down in this particular stanza, he says that, okay, the battle was fought between whom? Let me ask you all this.
And the Allied forces and the
And the
Dutch and Belgian forces.
Yes, the Allied forces and the Axis forces. Fine. Now over here, Allied forces, here they have mentioned two countries, English and French.
English and French, Britain, Austrian and the Dutch. They were the
Allied
and the Axis forces were French and Canadian.
Yes, very good. Was he audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
He said which countries were involved in Allied forces and which countries were there in the Axis forces. Okay, and that he is saying that it was between English and French. Okay, basically the war was fought between the Allied and the Axis. Now in the war, he revealed who all were killed, but what important, he quote he means over here is
Said.
quoted. Yeah, he said. Please underline that and write it down. Done? Written the meaning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My father lived at Blemheim. Then your little stream hard by. They burnt his dwellings to the ground, and he was forced to fly. So with his wife and child he fled, nor had he where to rest his head. With fire and sword the country round was wasted far and wide, and many a childing mother then and newborn baby died. But things like that, must be at every famous victory. What do you mean by this? What did you understand by looking at what he says? Wait. Priyanshu and Raj and
Yes, ma'am.
others? Both of them are raising hands, but I want you all to answer first. Then I'll
Ma'am.
give them the chance.
Ma'am, according to me, what the grandfather means is that his father
Mm-hmm.
They lived in Blenheim, but due to the war, their house was burned down, and thus they had to flee together.
Yes,
Together.
along with wife and children. That means he along with his father and mother. Okay, had to leave that particular place. All right, then.
Then they had to go here and there. They were going
Homeless.
around the country, and
Right.
they didn't have any time to rest.
Right.
And also during this, what happened? The war was going on, and they had a newborn child, but he died.
Okay, so
But-
a newborn child, whether it was mothers or newborn child, everyone died.
Yeah.
Childing mothers also, okay? Whether it was childing mothers or whether it was newborn children, all of them died during this war, when this war was going on. And don't you think these were the innocent people who
Yes,
had
ma'am.
no relation, no connection with the battle? These were the innocent people, okay, who died, although they did not do anything, right? But they also became the victim of this particular war. And then what he says is
But
very
according to the grandfather, that even though so many people died, it was worth for a victory.
It was a famous victory.
A famous victory. Can you see this is now repeated for the third time? Please mark it.
Ma'am, the third is so many people died.
He is not getting affected with the fact that newborn children are dying, childing mothers are dying. What matters to him is that only that it was a famous victory. Okay,
Father and mother also died.
that also is not affecting him.
And
That's
their
it.
house was also
Burned, completely burned. So this was the mentality of the people even later on, at that particular period, when the people when there were wars going on now, people would hardly care about the consequences. What they just wanted was victory. Do you all agree?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
do you think that war is the solution to every problem?
No, ma'am.
Then what do you think?
Ma'am, with peace and prosperity is always treaty.
Yes.
Because if war is there, then everyone is going to lose. Because
Yes.
ma'am,
Yes.
people who are not found guilty.
True. See, whenever there is a war, basically war occurs when there is a conflict situation, when there is a dispute. And if there is a war, the solution, and for the dispute, war is never ever the solution, because both of them are losing. Even if it is a victory, he's saying famous victory all the time. Do you think it was a famous victory for him?
No, ma'am, because they did.
He lost his family, he lost his house. There were so many innocent people died, and he is still calling it as a famous victory. So, and on top of that, he's telling this to whom? That also matters a lot.
His grandchildren.
So that means what? He is putting that feeling of hatredness among these young ones. Don't you feel that? Yes. And that's the reason, we have, if you must have seen lots of Hindi movies, they have that. If any ancestor have any, enmity with any tribe or any community, that enmity continues generations after generations. Because that seed has been sown into the new ones of their family, right?
Yes,
Similarly happens over here. Now let's see what would the children reply. What do you think? What would the children reply? You both will not tell. Let them see. What do you think? What will be the children's reply?
It was very bloodthirsty. The war.
Would they agree with the grandfather or
No, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am,
they would say it was very bad.
Okay. Let's see.
Agree.
Let's see what is their opinion. Can we just go on for the next slide? It was English. Fine. Yeah. Just scroll down, please. Yeah. Famous victory. No, I read it over here, right? It was a famous victory.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm over here now. They say it was a shocking sight after the field was won, and many thousand bodies here lay rotting in the sun. But things like that must be after a famous victory. So can you just imagine, like,
ma'am, he was too selfish.
No, it was not selfish. This was the mindset, the thought process of the people who were there during that period. Yes, he was the person who was present, so they had that thing. And
And
see,
old people talk about this.
this only true because they had seen the situation, the environment through their own eyes. Now, what he's saying is, in this particular stand,
Ma'am, this will go to generation to generation.
if the generation
If the children
are
not listening to
yes,
grandfather.
yes. So that's the reason. Now, what he's saying in this stanza is, it was a shocking sight, to see so many people lying dead, thousands of dead bodies. They were lying on that particular ground where they are staying, and they were rotting it in the sun. But again, he says, all these things hardly matters, because what matters was
A victory.
okay, fine. Great praise the Duke of Marlborough won, and a good Prince Eugene.
Ma'am,
Okay.
this war was basically that who will be our next king.
True. So what to whom is he praising over here?
Ma'am, the Prince Eugene.
Okay, he's praising the Prince Eugene. And what role does Duke of Marlborough play?
He was the person who won the war.
He was the person who won the war. He was the one who was involved in
Ma'am, you're freezing.
the war. And yes, and because of him, they could get victory.
Ma'am, you're
Audible?
freezing.
I am not. Y'all are freezing. Am I audible? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll turn off my video. Am I audible now?
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Y'all could hear what I said, what I was discussing
No.
about Prince Eugene and okay, fine. Y'all give me the answer. I'll just repeat this once again. Okay. Now, who got praise for this particular victory?
Ma'am,
Who
Duke
was
of
praised?
Marlborough and Prince Eugene.
He was also praised.
yes, ma'am.
Who was praised?
And the Duke of Marlborough.
Okay, he was praised. And what about Prince Eugene? What role does he play?
He also helped Duke of Marlborough win the war.
Okay, so wait, I'll explain you. So basically, they got victory because of the Duke of Marlborough. Okay, he was the commander. Okay, he was leading the army, and it was he who was responsible for their victory. Okay, so that's the reason he got all the praises. And who praised him? Who praised him?
Prince Eugene.
Good. Finally, they got it. Yes. Again, freezed? Or I am audible to you all? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Please reply, children, if I am audible or not. So y'all heard this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why it was a very big thing, said the little Blemheim. Okay, who said this?
Ma'am, well, ma'am.
What did she say?
Ma'am, that
It was something weird
Yes.
to her, right? Something big means what? Something very bad. Yes, thousands of body lying dead,
And
innocent
what is
people
innocent?
dying, and yes, and he's praising. Nay, nay, my little girl, quoth he. It was a famous victory.
Oh.
Okay, so he is again, although the child says she feels that no, this is something very wrong. This should not happen.
Ma'am, they are saying for the second time the child.
Yes, but then again, the grandfather is insisting
Time.
for the fifth time, saying that no, it
Famous
was a famous
victory.
victory. It hardly matters who got killed, how many innocent people were victim of this particular battle. But what matters was we had won the war. Winning the war was important. Okay, and everybody praised the Duke, who this great fight did win. Okay, and what good came of it at last? Got little Peterkin. Okay, so these kids are asking him one because they cannot understand On one hand, the grandfather is saying, dead bodies lying, so many victims, so many children killed. And on the other hand, he is saying that it was a famous victory. So they were not, both the things are contradicting, right?
They were confused.
Yes. So what did Peterkin ask him? What does Peterkin ask him? Priyanshu?
And Peterkin asks him that what was the good which after killing so many people?
What was the good? What good came out in at last? Did you all achieve any good? Do you think there was something good after the battle?
Ma'am, only one thing, ma'am. The victory.
Both lost.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am, but only one thing was good.
Yes. Why? That I cannot tell, said he. But it was the famous victory. The grandfather he is also not aware what was good thing at last. He's saying that I don't know what was the good thing in this, doing this all action. But what matters is we won the battle. All right? We had won the battle is what is important. And that is what is good about it, I don't know. Clear?
Yes.
Next.
Ma'am, finish.
Oh, it's over?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you all understood?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any questions you all have regarding this poem?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's do the question answers.
Yes.
Number 1, do you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where were old Casper and his grandchildren? Where were they?
Ma'am, yes.
Hmm?
Ma'am, they were old Casper and his
Grandchildren.
grandchildren were sitting. Mine was sitting near the cottage,
It is near the outside the cottage.
and Peterkin was playing in the garden.
No, they did not ask about Peter King. Okay, just answer to what they have asked. Okay. I hope you all could hear him answering.
Yes, ma'am.
You can shout, you can be louder.
Yes.
Please. Okay, who is Peter?
Ma'am,
Huh?
okay.
Yes.
Yes. Peter King is the grandchild of
Old Casper.
Casper. And,
What did he find when he was playing?
and found something round, huge, and smooth, and
Okay.
shiny.
And shiny while he was playing. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, Priyanshu is going to answer. Third and fourth, Raj is going to answer. Okay. What does old Casper say about the large, smooth, and round thing?
Ma'am, old Casper said that was some poor fellow's skull who had died in the famous victory.
Excellent. Very good. Raj, your turn. What
Yes,
does
ma'am.
the plowshare turn out from the ground? What does it bring?
And when the grandfather, when he goes to plow, the plowshare turns many skulls and skeletons that are buried under the ground of the soldiers out, like outside.
Turns out and then say many
Ma'am, we
skulls.
were at 1,000. No.
Yeah, it's okay. He's saying you can mention the number 1,000. So instead of many, please mention 1,000 according to Vivan. Okay, Raj?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is anybody else who would like to answer?
May I?
No.
Ma'am, yes.
How was Casper's family affected by war? This is very simple.
Ma'am,
Tansa, would you like to answer, please? How was Casper's family affected by the war? What had happened to his family?
So what happened to Casper is that he said that the English had put the French to rout, and his father had lived in Blemheim. So and then they burnt his house to the ground, and then he was forced to leave the place along with his wife, and he had a child, and there wasn't any place for him to like settle down or rest, and then he basically was kicked out of his house, and he had nowhere to go.
True. Only this is the answer. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So Tansa, if you are answering, make sure that you see towards the marks given to this particular question. If it is just 1 mark, you don't need to give such a big long answer. Okay.
Okay.
Just in short. Next is what? Sorry.
Ma'am, done.
Did the war serve any purpose as far as old Casper knew?
Okay.
See, listen to understand the question. Did the war serve any purpose as far as old Casper knew. So whose point of view they are asking from?
Old Casper.
Old Casper.
Okay, they are asking you from old Casper's point of view. Okay, so please understand that and now give the answer. Anybody from your?
Ma'am.
Yes, Raj.
Ma'am, according to old Casper, as far as he knew, he didn't know any purpose of the war other than that it was a famous victory.
True, very good. He did not knew anything, just that it was a famous victory. He also did not know what was good about all this at last. Okay, but what all he knew was that they won the battle. What words did old Casper use to refer to the war? Simple. Yes,
And he
loudly.
uses the famous victory.
Yeah.
Uses the words as a famous victory to refer
Famous
the war.
victory. Okay, he uses the word famous victory. And why do you think he does so? I'll give you just a moment.
And because he thinks that was the only main purpose of the war.
Okay, Vuan, would you like to add to it? Loudly.
A main point.
Old Casper knew that everyone was speaking that it's a famous victory, so he also knew that it was a famous victory and said to everyone.
Okay. Just because everyone said it was a famous victory, so he also believed that it was a famous victory. Rest, he doesn't know why, what, all the consequences. Fine. Clear, everyone? Got it? Next, who is the speaker of these lines?
Ma'am, old Casper and the narrator. Somewhere it's the old Casper and somewhere it's the narrator.
No, you can't say like that.
Yes, ma'am, because we were doing class.
Which part is old Casper and which part is narrator?
Ma'am, old Casper is the first page and the second page, and this is the argument.
No.
And the
Yeah.
first two lines have been spoken by the narrator, and the quoted lines have been spoken by old Casper.
Correct. This is the correct answer. Okay. No, you should not. Which I'm asking, you should not show me, ma'am, this book poem. Okay. Next, what does the word fell imply? What is the meaning of the word fell in this
And
particular?
that the soldier died.
Yes.
Was
ma'am.
Who fell in the
in
great
the-
victory.
but what victory to the country?
Yes. You want to say something? Yes.
The soldier, the fell.
The word fell.
The word fell over here means that the soldiers died in the great famous victory.
Victory. Yes. Same thing.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Which great victory is being talked about?
The Battle of Blemheim.
Got the answer? Can you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where was the skull found?
Ma'am, may I?
No.
In the
Online
garden.
children. Yes.
The skull was found by Peter Kill outside the cottage in the garden.
Yes. It was found by Peterkin and outside the cottage where he was playing in the garden. Fine. 1 minute. Next question.
Which time?
Can we do how much time? How many questions are left? Just show me.
Just many.
More three.
Okay, we will do it in the next class.
Ma'am, but we can complete this in question. Ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay, fine. They want to stop. It's last period as it is. Thank you so much, Priyanshu, for sharing the screen. And others, I hope you all understood the poem.